Hey, what's up guys, Flick here. Welcome back to another episode of the Wolves Career Mode. In episode 3, the squad really found their form with 3 wins out of 3 matches, a 5-0 win against Derby County, a 1-0 win against Hull City, and a 4-0 win against Cardiff City. Now moving into this episode, what I'd like to do is finish up the remainder of the transfer window, and in order to do so, we'll have to play 2 matches, a home match in the Carabao Cup against Bristol Rovers, and a match away against Brentford. Depending on how many transfers we receive or if we go after any players, I may end the episode at the end of the transfer window, and then in the next episode we'll move into the start of September. But if there's not too many transfers to cover, I might play one additional match against Millwall at home. Continuing with the trend of previous episodes, I'd like to highlight a few comments that I saw from episode 3, and the first one has to do with kit numbers. Specifically, there was a comment saying I should swap Afobe's number 10 with Podance's number 9, and I think that does make sense. The number 10 would suit a center attacking mid like Podance, and the number 9 would suit the striker, so I'll be swapping those 2 kit numbers. And while we're at it, I think now's a good time to address the last episode's poll question. I asked who you thought should be our starting striker, Benik Afobe or Leo Bonatini, and the majority of you decided that Afobe should be our starting striker. I think that was a wise choice considering Afobe's been the one scoring goals for us. He always seems to be at the right place at the right time, and you really want that from a striker. I'd also like to talk about our substitutes and reserves, specifically 3 players that some of you feel should be getting more game time, and the first of those players is Caballero. I'll admit that he hasn't started many matches for us, but he has appeared in most of our fixtures as a substitute. I'll try to start him in more matches moving forward, but considering how well our front 4 has been playing this season, it'll be difficult for him to get a starting role for us. I'll be transparent with you guys about that. There are 2 players in our reserves that some of you brought to my attention. The first one being Gibbs-White, who played a crucial role in England's U17 World Cup win. So he's not the best rated right now, only 57 rated, but maybe we can consider putting him through some player training, improving on his overall rating so that he's a little bit more feasible to use in game. And he is only 17 years old, so there's a lot of room for him to grow. The other player in our reserves that I want to talk about is Ronan, and he got his first appearance in the last episode. I really liked him from that center attacking mid position. I didn't have too many clips to include in the video, but I liked how he felt on the ball, and I could definitely consider using him as even a substitute instead of in the reserves. It all depends on how he plays in some of his future matches. If he continues to impress, then he'll move up to a potential substitute for us. We've heard back from our assistant manager, and VfB Stuttgart were not willing to meet our asking price for Roman Saiz, and I'm not heartbroken about that because Saiz has played incredibly well this season. I hope you guys have been able to see that through the video highlights, because in game he's just been amazing, creating a lot of assists and really providing an option in our attack as well. Like I mentioned in the last episode, I'd like to keep him in the squad, although I'm not opposed to selling him if another club were to come in with a better asking price. You could argue that our opposition in the second round of the Carabao Cup is easier than our opposition in the first round. We were just able to move by Oxford United, but I'm liking how our squad is looking. Of course, we're using that 5 at the back formation, which some of you do like, and we're also featuring some new faces in the side, including Gibbs-White. I'm excited to see how he'll play in this one.
It's cup tie time in the English League Cup, and I can sense the extra buzz amongst the supporters as we came into the stadium.
One area of concern for this Bristol Rovers lineup is that they may be able to dominate the midfield because they have one extra player there. We'll definitely need to utilize our wings if we want to get that early goal and set the pace for this match. This could be a chance for us. And it's Costa on his left foot. Will be able to finish from there. You really expected him to do well. He's a starting player for us, and because we did start Gero in the previous match, we have him available. So we get off to that early start that I was hoping for.
Could be dangerous.
It's a cross being sent in by Bristol Rovers. That's where they're going to be dangerous, because we saw from our match against Oxford United, the one goal was kind of a scrappy one where a rebound goes directly to one of their players, and sometimes you just can't defend against that. There's Gibbs-White in the center. I'm asking him to make the run, and he will make the run through. We'll see if his finishing can be any good. That's a fantastic tackle by Sweeney, and a fair one as well. Hopefully Gibbs-White is not injured. He's down there holding his leg. It looks like he's okay. We've got Costa here on the corner kick. Holding it up and trying to play this one inside. This is Cavallero trying to find the pass, but to no avail. Might be able to get one more attack in before the halftime break. And we've got Vinagre pushing up from his fullback position. Now sees options inside. This is Gibbs-White. Might shoot from here. Decent effort. And it sails into the back of the net. What is he rated? Like 57, 58. Yet he can finish that shot. I'm glad you guys suggested for me to play him. Now you might be asking yourself, what are his statistics in the areas that matter? And for me, I would consider that to be a long shot. So curve would matter, 49 curve. Finishing might matter, 49 finishing. Long shots certainly matter, only at 45, and shot power at 45. Clearly, that's not the case. He plays better in game. Thanks to that goal from Gibbs-White, we've put ourselves in the driving seat for this match, and now I do feel comfortable taking off some of our higher rated players like Costa. I'll be bringing in Ronan at the left wing position. That is one of his secondary positions and something that he can play. In addition, I'd like to give Wilson a bit of playing time. Don't know much about this player, but we may as well give him a shot at the striker position. Another tackle from Gibbs-White and able to find Ronan on the left. It's Wilson holding up the play and looking this one through to Ronan. A finesse shot on his right foot. It's our young players making an impact on this game. It's 3-0 now for Wolves, and Connor Ronan will get his first goal of the career mode. Okay, Norris, that is completely unnecessary. We're lucky for that to hit the post. And, okay, I'm just going to stop talking right there. The gameplay can speak for itself. Oh, this could be a fourth for us. It's a Fosu Aye. This time he's pushing up from his fullback position. And I keep on saying, these young players, they are in an attacking mindset and they want to score goals. They're hungry to get first team play time, and they're showing it in this match. With about 20 minutes left to go, we'll make our final change. Marshall being brought on at the right wing position. Good vision. Oh, it's Ronan. Nice header to tuck that one away. Marshall saw the run from the onset. And Ronan, you wouldn't be expecting him to score too many header goals, but of course we'll take that one. He just drifted back a little bit and freed up the space. Well, you could tell from the start of the match it was only going to be one team winning this one. We were very clinical with our chances. 5 goals from only 7 shots on target. And you can already see from the player ratings, it will be going to Connor Ronan with a perfect 10.0 match rating. I'm excited to announce that we've received our first international management offer. This offer is from Wales. A pretty interesting team to manage, but I won't be accepting this one. I'll be waiting for that offer from England or Portugal. A quick look at the league table before going into our match against 11th place Brentford. There's a total of 5 teams on 10 points or more. A lot of them are hunting for that top spot in the championship, but all we can do is try to continue winning matches, hoping that Reading will slip up eventually so we can overtake them. Having rested most of our first team in the Carabao Cup match, we're in good shape going into this league fixture. A lot of our first team players are on very good form, including Podence and Jota, but the only change that I made to our lineup is that I will be utilizing Ronan as one of our substitutes. He impressed me in the cup match, and I feel like he's earned his spot as a substitute for us.
How about Wolves coming into this game?
Full marks to the players because they've concentrated right from the very off in this season. I know there's still a long way to go, but we all expected them to be champions, and they're looking like that in these early stages.
Although I don't follow championship teams too much, I can say that I'm familiar with some of the sides. However, Brentford is not one of them. I have no clue about any of their players. Oh, nice tackle by Doherty. We might have an opportunity here to float in across. We need someone to get into the box for us. Afobe a little bit late to the run. And Neves eventually with the shot. Not a lot of power on it, but it almost had the perfect placement. Instead, it ricochets off the post, and we only get a throw-in out of it. Well, I have to give some credit to Brentford. Attacking-wise, they've been one of the best sides we've played so far, and that about shows it. They get the opening goal of the match only 13 minutes into the fixture. And just to summarize their play style a little bit, it's very quick passing play, a lot of movement off the ball, which is very difficult to defend against. My camera cut off right in the middle of the build-up play, so what you're seeing right now is not my live reaction to the gameplay that you're seeing on screen. I'll try not to let that happen too much. But as you can see, what a finish from the Brentford player. I probably should have just cleared that ball away, but you have to give credit where it's due. That's an incredible finish by the attacker. It's a great ball to find Podence. He needs to get this one cut inside. And we might go with a shot from here. One goal back would be the difference. And Podence, I mentioned that his shooting was one of his weaker qualities, but that has not been the case this season. And that is a spectacular finish for our center attacking mid. He's brought us back into the game. We still need to get another goal to tie this up. If we could tie this up somehow before the halftime break, that would be spectacular. And Jota has the opportunity to do so. Low-driven shot to the far post, and it is proving to be effective for us. Let's celebrate with the substitutes this time. And Jota and Podence, our Portuguese duo, getting 2 goals, or 2 unanswered goals after Brentford's opening 2, and we have a game on the hands now. What a turnaround this has been, and I have to say, this match has been the most exciting one I've played so far in this career mode. Brentford's style of play is just very fun, yet difficult to defend against, which is what I'm looking for on Legendary difficulty. I don't want to be winning every match 5-0 like we've done in some of our previous matches. But you can see the statistics are very even. Both of us have 4 shots. We do have the advantage in terms of the shots on target and position, but just barely. This is Jota looking for the pass in the middle. Now Podence over to Ndiaye. He has an open player on the right. Costa dragging it back, has an open pass in the middle, and it's a tap in for Jota. Just in the right place at the right time. He scored a similar goal a couple of episodes back. But now we are on a scoring streak, having the lead over Brentford. Nice ball through, and this is going to be Jota again, and it's 4. We have turned this match around, 4 unanswered goals, and this Wolverhampton attack, we are really planning to be the top goal scorers this year, and I don't think there's going to be any team that can give us competition. There's not too long left in this match now, and I'd like to use all 3 of our substitutions at one time. Ndiaye will be brought off for Prince. We're going to have Gero come in at the left mid position for Costa, and I want to give Connor Ronan a bit more play time. Try to get more familiar with his playing style, so we'll bring him on for Podence. Ronan, what a turn to create space. And now Phoebe, a long-range effort and a good effort at that. Bentley needs a dive to his left to make the save. There's Prince. Looking for options inside. This is an open effort for Jota. And Jota, what a powerful shot to get his hat-trick. And I don't think there's a better way for him to get the hat-trick. Jota continuing to show why he may be the best player on this Wolverhampton Wanderers side. I mean, there's plenty of players that are scoring goals, such as Podence, but in terms of technical ability, I think Jota has it hands down. And apparently I must have missed a goal because that was Jota's 4th. And he is putting on a man-of-the-match performance today, what potentially may be his best performance of the season. This match is not done yet, though. A chance for Vibe to put it away in front of goal, and he misses a sitter. He missed one earlier in the match as well. Looking back on this match, I feel the statistic that was the difference maker was the possession. In the first 20 minutes or so, it was all Brentford, but by match's end, we were able to secure 56% of the possession and really control the course of this match. Man of the match today going to Jota with a perfect 10.0 rating. He scored 4 goals, which is just incredible for a player that's not even a striker for us. Some of these loan offers that come in just make me laugh. Cagliari are interested in taking Helder Costa on a 1-year loan deal, and that really doesn't make any sense to me. He's a crucial first-team player for us. He has an extremely good rating, and he's one of the best players in our side. Of course, I'll be rejecting this loan offer. Clubs are starting to show interest for our attackers. Bournemouth offering $9.5 million for Ivan Cavallero, but I won't be selling him at this time. He is our best rotational player that comes on off the bench and occasionally gets a start for us. And in addition to that, he's only 23 years old, so he's going to grow in his overall rating. His value is only going to get higher, and clubs will have to offer even more money for him at a later time. Unfortunately, no bids came in on transfer deadline day that I was interested in accepting or even negotiating with, but I do want to quickly scroll through the clubs that are in the championship to see what clubs are spending all the money. You can see Aston Villa spending over 10 million in this summer transfer window, which is not too surprising. They're one of the clubs that has a relatively high transfer budget, and they can afford to bring in some players. Cardiff City making a few moves, bringing in Nagatomo. Fulham spending 15.2 million. So far they've been the highest spender, at least for the clubs that we've looked at. Middlesbrough and Leeds, two clubs that I would expect would have signed players, didn't bring anyone in. Millwall spending roughly 2 million in this summer transfer window. I believe that's Preston spending a few. But as we get toward the end, I think we're going to be the club that spent the most in the summer. 20.5 million, Podence and Afobe being the two transfers, and we only sold 1 million worth of players. So, of course, we have the money to spend, and we are showing that we are one of the dominant teams in the championship, and you need to spend money in order to gain money and move up in terms of the ranks in the league. So I'm completely happy with what we did in this summer transfer window, and clearly our signings have been making an impact on our matches. Since this episode had 2 matches with fairly high score lines, I'm just going to have the 2 matches of gameplay in this episode and have the end of the transfer window being the transition point for us. But I do want to close out this episode with another squad report, which also brings me to the poll question of the episode. And my question for you is, how often do you want to see these squad reports? Do you want to see it every month like we're doing it right now, or would you rather see it every other month? Those are going to be the 2 options, and I'm fine with either one. I know that squad reports can be a bit longer with this new system, but I don't mind showing it every month. I actually kind of prefer it, really being able to track player growth and see what players are developing for us. It's nice to see that players that weren't growing in the first month are growing in this second month. Such as Courtney House, who we've put through some player training, and he's seen improvements to his physical attributes as well as his technical attributes. Deslandes, I believe, is one of the players that grew in the initial month, so not too much growth for him in this second month. Neves going up +1. We've devoted a lot of training time to him, and he really has seen improvements in his technical abilities, such as the ball control going up +3, short passing up to 85, and there have been a few moments in this career mode where some of the passes he can pull off, you just have to question, is he really a center defensive mid for us? And I would fully expect big clubs to be going in after Ruben Neves once we hit like Season 2 or Season 3 of this career mode. But to be honest, I'll be trying my very best to keep him at Wolves. I'd consider him to be a crucial part of our team, and just having a passer of his ability in the side, you know, it just gives me full confidence going forward, especially with our 4-2-3-1 formation, which is very passing oriented. You need to have good passers on the team, and Neves is setting the example for the players around him. But as we get towards the end of the squad report, I do want to thank you guys for watching this episode, and I hope you have enjoyed the first couple episodes of this series. It's been an exciting one, and I'm really happy with the transfers that we brought into the team. I feel like we have a nice squad depth and a nice rotation of players in between the league matches and the cup matches. But the final 2 players I'll be showcasing in this episode for the squad report are Cavallero and Jota. Jota growing in his physical attributes as well as a few mental areas. But with that said, that'll bring an end to today's episode. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.